When Marquis G. Say big yard for Andrew.
Time comes.
God Almighty, this looks serious, man.
Some are got charged for corruption.
You know what you're asking? Really?
Oh,
Do
yes.
you know what you're asking? Are you crazy?
Charged for corruption.
You know.
From 1829. And when I see that man go there and destroy the people and get to find out that 3/4 of the land over Bernard Lodge now owned by Mr. Holness
in abundance, despite the fact that this country is hot and dry. In Burkina Faso, they grow tomatoes in abundance, and the fact that His Excellency Ibrahim Traore decided to build a factory to transform the raw materials into a finished good is something that really excites my soul in this country.
People don't understand, and they must say what they want to say, and them don't know nothing. Him do not grow with me. So the one to come out of the house, yeah, him and my daughter may grow.
Find out even today that 1-year-old baby couple years him just get billed the other day for a 1-year-old baby when him that try for money, and the mother must come catch him and him broke the baby hand and bite the baby in her back because him not get for sorry.
Now welcome back to another exclusive for life. Now blessing goes out to all my viewers and all my subbies, all my well wishers. Like, share and also subscribe if you haven't done so already. Coming up in today's topic and review. Listen, viewers and subscribers, thanks for tuning in to another exclusive for a topic discussion and review. Coming up in today's topic, the mother of the deceased Grappa boy that unalived the 9-year-old young lady in Spanish Town, Joblin, speaks out. And when you hear what this lady saying, boy, to hear that coming from a mother, it's a sad state of fear. But you know what? I'm also gonna make you take a listen to one of this man's victim speaking out about her past experience with this man, the mom, and most of all, the system that everyone just don't want to look at and see, that the system that seems like it doesn't deter criminals from criminality. Now take a listen to the mom, and then I make you take a listen to the victim.
People don't understand, and they must say what they want to say, and them don't know nothing. Him do not grow with me. So the one to come out of the house, yeah, him and my daughter may grow. The father take him away from my 2-year-old, me left him father, and my 2 years take him away. It was an abusive relationship, and me did make up my mind, so me not stay in it. Me leave. Father came and go take him away. Him not tell him say, him came go court and take him from me, you know. Him tell him say, me run away. Left him and them.
You never grow him, none at all?
None at all, not grow him.
What kind of person was he?
To tell you the truth, I can't give much explanation, but I know I'm not a good somebody because if he can look for me and tell me, say, me and my mother. I'm my father married to my mother. I'm not nobody to him. He hate me, he cuss me, he tell me some word of me, even can't tell you over the media. How much place me here say him there? I don't have a clue. Because me and my brother them in here, so I have nothing to do it. Whosoever bail him and post the bail, if me did love him so much, all the wrongs doing with him do. Me know that bail him banned from this yard over more than 10 years.
At this point in time, you would encourage him to turn himself in?
Right now, if this ever go out to the public, anyway, you don't catch him, you don't kill him. Anybody at all catch him, kill him.
So the police advising against jungle justice?
Really? Me ask the police, say, really, under that catch a man like that and carry me for them taxpayers' money? Miss, when me see him, I couldn't recognize him, we and get fat. In a jail in there and get fat, but in their road, fat and look good, so. He might get 3 meals a day, sometimes he don't have one for the day.
same parents.
So what he used to be, is what, your cousin?
Yeah, he's my cousin. I was still September and in the December.
So 2013,
Yeah.
you just became 12.
Yeah.
And he assaulted you?
Yes, in the bush.
In the bush.
Mm-hmm. But I was fighting back, and
how
he was 29 at that time, or 29 or 20 to some in 20s.
And
in the area of Portmore.
In Portmore, he did this to you?
Mm-hmm.
And you were fighting him off?
Yeah, and he was choking me. One at a time, I did knock out, and when I wake up back, I'm still that beg him. When he say it choke, when choke me for not me out now work, him use a post and knock me out, left a big coke in my head.
He used what?
And a post.
And knock you?
Like a stick, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And knock me out.
He knocked you out?
Yeah, completely. I don't know what happened there. But when I wake up, my other youth did sit down over me. And I start cry. Because me in a whole heap of pain, I don't know what, man. He take out the knife, same that will cut my throat, and you say you can't do that. You turn to him, but he didn't say you can't do that. You don't do it, you do already. Make sure go on. And then reach at this. Give me the post tape, some fire stick for car home, because of that big look for my mother.
Mm-hmm.
And give me them for car home and step me talk him out me. So me at this time, me drop them and run off, go home, reach at my gate, so come me drop them, and my mother them come out and something, and them came go a police station and came on us, and then them transfer to 100 man, and from 100 man, I go there, the one use the bathroom, restroom, and the police woman tell me say anything me see in my panty, me not supposed to clean it out or nothing. So I'm going to bathroom, me say, and white stuff. So my mother tell me say I did shot. And same time I break down, and them just search me go to hospital, Sunshine Hospital, and then take me close and listen it go cold. One time I can remember, one time I go in a courthouse.
Mm-hmm.
And judge just asked me my name and said me up back. And then my mother then tell me saying get 3 years. And there's another girl when we were before me. I think that girl was 9 years old at the time.
So you said there was another girl before you who was 9 years old?
Mm-hmm. And that girl, when her mother said the little girl I take man for a long time, and I seen things she said about me. When the man in the community hold him and the mother, she tell him say me I take man for a long time, so nothing wrong. So man them thump on her mouth and ask her, so what if the little girl I take man for a long time, that not give him no right to take it forcefully. So in this case, his mother help support him, because you see when if him did it one time, she's supposed to punish him and make him know same wrong. So she help put him in a disposition with him in a too.
Oh, so his mother.
Because as a mother, you are a child guide. As a mother, so you're supposed to guide a child in the right path.
So you said that he did this to a 9 years old, and you say his mother is always defending him.
Yes.
Which is your aunt.
Yeah.
So after the 3 years, you have encountered him ever since that?
Only one time when my grandfather did pass off, and we went over the yard, and we in the room with my grandmother, and him come in the room. Same as me for go walk out, my grandmother, she hold on for my hand, and I sit down back beside her on the bed, and he step inside and sit down on the chair, and my grandmother said to me, say, my child, no matter what, you're alive, you learn for all grudge, come and go deal with people. And him turn to me and say him sorry for what him do, and he might make a change and be a better person.
So,
and so.
so
So there's somebody forgive him, but today no, we can't forgive him again. There's no forgiveness in him.
mighty God.
Until we find out even today that 1 year old baby couple years him just get billed the other day for a 1 year old baby when that child for money, and the mother must come catch him and him broke the baby hand and bite the baby in her back because he not get so sorry and run off. 1 year old baby a 3 year old now. If they get lock up feet in what they come out on bail must 2 weeks or so.
Oh, so that
Get come
so
out on bail.
so the bail that he came out on 10 days ago was for a 1 year old child.
1 year old baby, yes. It is.
So you're telling me he spent 3 years in prison for you. He did so,
and he must get 3 years for the girl before me.
And he had 3 years for the girl, the 9-year-old before.
Yeah.
So that's 6 years. And then he go back in a jail now for a 1 year old and the judge gave him bail?
When me that year too, doesn't say years they can go court another victim in a Portmore, someplace in a Portmore where the father must look for him with cutlass. Him not get no charge for the victim there.
What about victim in Portmore? What happened?
Yeah, victim in Portmore, a little girl in Portmore, and the father him go on the run where the family never find him or police never catch him.
My. So there is another victim in Portmore?
Yeah.
Mighty God. So when you see all of this resurfaced in the news today, you are fully traumatized by this?
I went over there this morning.
You went over where?
Over Joblin, where the crime happened. And when I went over there, I was told that my big brother was trying to tell him that he did the same thing to his little sister, which is me, and his auntie, which is the mother for the man. Say, Allah, him a tell, no, go so until when me reach over there, I must start talk. The people in my final so it go.
So his mother so you said the mother was over there to defend him? So his mother so you said the mother was over there to defend him?
Yes, because my big brother that's the same thing he do to me. And she tell him say no go say him not do that.
So the mother was in trouble in defending him?
Exactly at that point.
And if she as the mother felt like that, why didn't the government felt that it was necessary to do the above? Now here we also have Mr. Subi. As you know, him is now, I don't know if he's a member of parliament or what him is, but me know him connected to the Jamaica Labour Party. And he did this live broadcast about the sexual registration not being open to the public in Jamaica. Now he is saying that his Prime Minister is thanking his Prime Minister, the Honourable Number 28, and saying that he's gonna now push to that the sexual registration be released to the public. And this is because another, as him said, too many young children in Jamaica are being abused. Now, me know Mr. Subi, is a man. I can't understand him. But one thing me sure of, you say tell him decide say him a take up a issue, him want result. So if number 28 feel like say him can promise Mr. Subi that he's gonna release the sex registration and don't do it, him probably have to go usher Mr. Subi out of the party because we know Mr. Subi is going to be too happy.
Yes, what's happening in Jamaica in terms of support? Well, I've not done any research to look at the improvement or if there is any thing that any new thing recently that has been put into place. But what I do know, there's a upsurge in some of these cases where basically young girls, young school girls, as you said, incest and stuff like that, and just young girls are getting pregnant. Some are victims at the end of the day, end up being murdered, stuff like that, because some of these perpetrators, they don't want to go to prison, and they think that the best way that they could have dealt with the situation is to killing these girls. So the last, I would not say there is an improvement. If there is, I don't want to say there's not, and there is. But I'm not. That is not to my knowledge. The last time I checked, as this year alone, there were like a news every week of 11-year-old getting pregnant by a 52-year-old man, and the police would not, arrest him and charge him because he had an accident, I think, with one of his leg being, cut off or stuff like that. So that person, I think, when you're not under arrest or you're not being charged, that means you have access to the victims, and you can go in there and do what you have to do. Basically, bribe the family, threaten the family, so forth and so on, as Mr. Nova spoke about earlier. So that is what I do know. There is, I'm hearing more cases. To make it short, I'm hearing more cases. Basically, a 14 years old girl got pregnant by a relative, boyfriend, stuff like that. It's just like tragic cases. That's all I'm hearing. I'm not seeing or not hearing. I'm not hearing where there is an center put in place basically to counsel some of these victims.
Now, viewers, I hope you taking an intensive listen to what Labor Right Mr. Ferrigon saying. He's saying that regardless of this year alone, with the amount of things them say happen to kids in the country. When I talk about the rest of years, we just address this year alone. Him still don't see the government of Jamaica put anything at all in place for help curb these atrocities that happening to the young people in Jamaica. So why Mr. Vegas would I tell lie upon the present governing party, considering that's his party?
I'm not hearing anything about a 14 years old girl. You have that baby. What is she gonna become? A mother, and no furthering of her education and stuff like that. Where's the system for that? Where's the setup for that to assist some of these people to continue some of these victims to continue school? So I'm not hearing any of these things. So I cannot tell you that, we're improving and it's getting better, because for years I've been trying to get support, and I'm only seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, since I started, this relationship with Camille and Nyla, that I'm basically feeling like, I'm with a group of people that is not only thinking that, he might look fame from it. Because that's the problem we have within our society. People think that, Mr. Vegas is coming out and talking about, abuse victims and victims, because it's some benefit at the end of the tunnel for him. You understand? Not looking at, he has daughters and he has family and he has sisters and he has mothers. And it's something that is very dear, to me.
Now, viewers, this is why I don't understand Mr. Subi, because clearly Mr. Subi saying that the people them don't want anytime talk about these issues, the people them are bashing. We not bashing you. What we saying, you fi stop be a hypocrite. It no look good. You fi tell your government and your Holness, your friend, your parent P, tell number 28. Brother, you no see it no look good. Raise with him like a brethren say. Brother, you no see it no look good. Ask him, say, how much more kids you want to say, I'm alive, yeah? Before you say, this need to be done to protect the people them of the nation, and that's what you for do. Why would we have problem with you addressing an issue? We have problem with you being a hypocrite, not addressing the real issue of the problem. Because what? You're labor right and number 28 are your friend, so you'll be a hypocrite. So that's why we are beat you. You have to tell number 28 to deal with the people them better. Why can't you do that? And that's what we are talking about. Jesus, what number 28 do? Is this right? That the sexual registration
cannot be released to the public. And you come here and say that you are part number 28 for taking actions with this sexual offender registry. Until you don't see this man say to the public that he's gonna release it, he's saying he's having second thoughts. What are you talking about? Fix up yourself, Mr. Vegas. Fix up yourself and come correct. Yeah? Come correct, brother. Address the issue head on. Number 28, there should be no consideration. You and him good. Tell him. Say exclusive. I say him for make sure. No consider it. We don't want you to have no second thought about it. You put that as one of the policy right now in effect to protect the children of the country, the vulnerable that are gonna grow up, come be doctors, lawyers, teachers, police, minister of the nation. Protect them. That's what that there for. The sex offender registry for protect them. Why you not tell number 28 to protect them? And stop talking your crap about people are bashing and people don't want you. People don't want you company with your hypocrite self, brother. Talk the truth. And that you want to see you come talk. As in a company and talk on the shit where you bait on. Can't if you talk the truth because the truth is easily be seen. Is this right? Ask yourself how you sleep at night. You have daughters, you say. You have family. Is what your prime minister do? Is it protecting your family? Is it protecting your daughter from a predator? Don't you want to know who the predator is if you move, come live close to your daughter? Mr. Vegas, tell the prime minister to do the right thing, man, yeah?
Abuse victims and rape victims because it's some benefit at the end of the tunnel for you. You understand? Not looking at, you know what, he has daughters and he has family and he has sisters and he has mothers. And it's something that is very dear, you know, to me. To see, a society where women can walk around and dance the way you want to dance. And it's your right. You understand? So that's the problem we have. We keep pointing fingers at each other and thinking that because our mind is so way off in doing stuff and we think everyone is going to have the same mindset. So before we try to come together, and strengthen each other, we try to tear each other down by thinking that, oh, I don't want that person to be using my name or using my foundation name. So those are some of the challenges why we will not get anywhere.
Find out to rascal how this something them going top talk on a pussy blood clot foolishness.
However, it's sad that we have a nation that felt like these predators are more important than the citizens. That's how you have to look at it. And when you look at it, the predators are minor compared to the citizen. Now, their defense is that the citizen, if they know that someone on the registration is in the community and something happened, they might take jungle justice on them. Well, it's likely because that person should think about what he's doing. You know what I'm saying to you, because every action brings a reaction, and that is the reality of life. However, these individuals that think that the general public shouldn't have the right to know these individuals, don't you think that if these individuals that does these things know that if I go into a community and some people know say me involved in them kind of thing there, wouldn't they walk on a chalk line? Because the precaution is there. But when you take away that precaution, these individuals just feel like they can roam free. And this is the reason now, until the government and the courts can put the citizen first over these predators, we always gonna end up with that same result. Now when you listen to this mother, yeah,
today, if this ever go out to the public, anyway wanna catch him, wanna kill him. Anybody at all catch him, kill him.
The police advising against jungle justice.
Really? Me ask the police, really, under that catch a man like that and carry me for goddamn taxpayers' money? Miss, when me see him, I couldn't recognize him, we and get fat. In a jail in there, get fat, but in there road, fat and look good, so. He might get 3 meals a day, sometime they have one for the day.
So you wouldn't want for them to bring him in?
Him no fi go in alive, miss. Miss, him no fi go in alive. And me give birth to him, and me a thought that him no fi go in alive. And I tell that to the police them pan them face and tell them say if me face him, me I kill him. Cause me not make him force me and kill me. Cause no him bring me come here, me bring him come here. And before me make him kill me, me kill him.
On that note, are you fearful of him?
Yes, I am. Even my little son you see here, very fearful. Because we hear a lot of things. Say him have gun, him have all kind of things. We're fearful of that because we not have none and we not have nobody for back with that way there. Yeah, we only have to depend on the police. Yeah, we're fearful because it's knife and machete, we can't face gun with knife and machete. Because we still...
Dr. Andrew Holness is sending a strong message that Jamaica may have to make the Sexual Offences Registry or the Sexual Offenders Registry public. Dr. Holness hinted at the issue while touring sections of Joblin, Spanish Town, St. Catherine.
This incident must be considered a turning point.
Now, sometime with us dislike how these news reporters can just play this hypocrite role, but I guess students doing them job and they think they said they are being professional. But I guess me now be professional. Me just be straight up and I talk the raw truth. Because ain't no way she should be saying that Dr. Andrew Holness is sending out a strong message that maybe the registration might have to be, the rules towards registration have to be changed. And I wanted to take a listen to Dr. Honorable Number 28.
Registry. But I think this incident requires that we take a second look on how we make this sex offenders registry available to the public so that the public can be armed with information to protect themselves. Yes, there are constitutional issues that we have to balance, but where we are in the society, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that our laws need to favor the protection of life and the protection of the victim rather than trying to protect the criminals.
Saying that he's having second thought. He doesn't know what second thought means when this should be his first thought to release the sexual registration to the public because that is the only thing that makes sense. But him speak the talk, but him don't put it in action because for years and years people have been calling for this and him coming to power and people, Lisa Hanna, call for it and the justice minister came out and said them will not release it to the public. And now what second thought should number 28 have about releasing this to the public?
Mayor of Spanish Town, Norman Scott, is of a similar view. The mayor condemned the incident and called for changes to how the Sexual Offenders Registry is administered.
The citizens working with the police would have been able to identify and to make sure that the community members are fully aware of who this individual is. And if possible, prevent him from coming into this community. People with young children would have been very much aware and would be looking out to make sure that, this young man is not anywhere near these young children.
What does he want to say again? What? Another child get unalive? Before you can see that this is the rightful thing to do? Listen to number 28.
But I think this incident requires that we take a second look on how we make this sex offenders registry available to the public so that the public can be armed with information to protect themselves. Yes, there are constitutional issues that we have to balance, but where we are in the society, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that our laws need to favor the protection of life and the protection of the victim rather than trying to protect the criminals.
I wanna tell me if what he's saying is just not just beating around the bush. Why can't this man just do something right and straightforward? Just talk straightforward to the people them. This has to be done number 28. And when PNP come in, we are gonna release it, whether you like it or not. So it's either release it now, cause we don't need to wait until tomorrow, you know, or wait until another child get unalive, you know. We want you to release it now. We don't want you to have no second thought. Stop going like say take the people for foul, man. I want them to you. You should be ashamed of yourself.
While those talks continue, Joe Blaine remains under the watchful eye of the police and residents.
No more somebody said this to add this spot. Cause when this incident first happened, they come out and them always accost the resident. Them and attack say, oh, them always attack the police, them intern them unalive, them killers, and oh, you not see them out and find this boy. You see the resident them out?
I would consider to be a troubling story. One that I've yet to see made headlines in our country's two media houses. I've not seen it plastered all over social media. And I've yet to see the regular members of Chan Public we always know where to go find the old fridge, the old stove, the tree stump, and every little thing where them can get them on pan for Black Road in protest when time police clap with some of them all dirty kind of boy. I've yet to see the favorite MP or the favorite MPs come out and speak out against the ills that are being perpetrated against the nation's most vulnerable.
On the spot media, you need to apologize to the people them. You understand? And stop be one-sided and leave the residents them alone. Kind of the police unalive the people them. Them a come out, come talk up. Whether it's the police, you understand? The only reason why them not talk up more time against the bad man is just because if them talk up the police, them don't do nothing. So you need to stop the one side the thing, King. Understand? Stop it, man, and leave residents them alone. Cause if it wasn't for the residents them in this one, you know, yeah, this boy would still be on the run. So you need to apologize to the residents. On the spot media.
I'll know me not see whether it be JLP or PNP. Me no see no counselor. Me no see no little activist in the area. We no hear nothing. And I'm pretty sure you must wonder what On the Spot News Media talk about.
Now On the Spot Media, I'm pretty sure you see that we have a court system and a minister of justice that implement laws in our country that protects these predators who we are blogging about to get rid of out of our society that are harming our children. So you need to address this situation. Stop beating around the bush. Don't you see? Talk about it, bro. Talk about it. If you want to say real solution, or maybe you don't want to say crime done, address the issue, brother. The system, the ones in charge, will make these stupid laws. Ask yourself, would this young lady, this 9-year-old young girl that you so cut up about, if the system had released the sexual offenders registered, what are the possibility of that young lady still being alive today? And say the Prime Minister, I say him have second thought about releasing this to the public. Address it.
On the Spot News Media talk about. What let me make you know, since nobody else now talk about it. And them thing grieve me, because we not even hear members of the clergy come out. Nobody at all. But On the Spot News Media will continue to be the voice for the voiceless.
Registry. But I think this incident requires that we take a second look on how we make this sex offenders registry
available to the public so that the public can be armed with information to protect themselves. Yes, there are constitutional issues. Yes, there are constitutional issues. Yes, there are constitutional issues. Yes, there are constitutional issues.
Now, these constitutional issues, Honorable 28 is mentioned, are the same reason why this sex offender registry has been released to the public. So what you think those constitutional reasons are? You see, after him do film review, probably all a member of parliament them on that list. So ask yourself, what's there to review? What are the constitutional issues compared to the problem of innocent children losing their life? What constitutional issue can be more important than children losing them life? So clearly we can see the only reason there is constitutional issue in releasing this sex offender registry is that when it released, many of our politicians have to go run away.
Yes, there are constitutional issues that we have to balance. But where we are in the society, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that our laws need to favor the protection of life and the protection of the victim rather than trying to protect the criminals.
So let me try and make some sense of what the Prime Minister said just now. He said it already and he's saying it again, that the law need to favor the citizen and not the criminal. So I guess you like repeat yourself. You like procrastinate on important issue. Cause if you said it before already, that means you recognize that it need to be done. And you come back again and say it again. And then on top of that, you still haven't sure if you gonna have to be saying it again because you still haven't said. You sure? You say you're gonna have to do a review on this matter because of constitutional issues. So I guess you's a man of just thought then and no action. Because if you did say, you know what I mean, you say it, but you haven't done nothing about it. And you still haven't done nothing about it. And you still haven't decided for done nothing about it. So this is all talk, no bite. Brother, you fi do it. Release it, brother, for protect the public. You saying it, but you're not doing it.
Registry. But I think this incident requires that we take a second look on how we make this sex offenders registry available to the public so that the public can be armed with information to protect themselves. Yes, there are constitutional issues that we have to balance.
Now I want some of the viewers that aren't pressing like on this video to tell me what are the constitutional issues that are more important that the government need to consider over seeing that the enormous rate at how minors, children in the nation losing them life because a predator like these are so important than giving the citizen the chance to protect themselves.
To the public so that the public can be armed with information to protect themselves. Yes, there are constitutional issues that we have to balance. But where we are in the society, I've said it before and I'll say it again, that our laws need to favor the protection of life and the protection of the victim rather than trying to protect the criminals. That the police will be able to find the perpetrator. The citizens have confidence that the police will bring the perpetrator to justice. And therefore, the people will play their role in cooperating, in providing information, in highlighting the problem, in speaking out against the problem, and in ensuring that this does not happen again.
As I said, the only way we can be sure that this unlikely to happen again is unless the government release the sex registry so the citizen can be aware of their environment and who is in their circle. Now, on the spot media, I rate you as a blogger. Your work is essential, but you have to not only pinpoint the bottom of the bucket, the drugs. What about the top of the bucket where you can look through the clean water, the clean one them, and see the drugs down at the bottom? You need to address them. Like this issue with number 28, with a powerful channel like yours, and you say you will not stop speak for the vulnerable in the country. Doesn't you see the importance of you saying on your channel? I would love to hear you say it, that Mr. Government, you are part of the problem, while so many of our vulnerable are getting alive because you see the problem, and there should be no review about this. This is something that the government should be 150% sure of. Yeah, I'm doing this now. No review, no second guess. And you will find that on the spot media that a lot more of our vulnerable in society would have the chance to grow up to be an adult. What we both want to see and what we are blocked for. Because it's only fairness. And that's why I'm in a blog and speak on issue unless may I split fairness, because it's only fairness gonna solve the problem. How can this man will have a court system that see this man twice done that and still go in front of the judge, and the judge just felt it was necessary to let him back out in society? Doesn't you see a problem with the system? You need to beat from the top, come down at the bottom, my general. Big up yourself.
Find out even today that 1-year-old baby couple years him just get billed the other day for a 1-year-old baby when him that child for money, and the mother must come catch him and him broke the baby hand and bite the baby in her back because him not get for sorry and run off. 1-year-old baby a 3-year-old now. Him they get lock up feet in what they come out and bill must 2 weeks or so.
Oh, so that
so
the bail that he came out on 10 days ago was for a 1-year-old child?
1-year-old baby, yes.
Now, after this gruesome incident with this 9-year-old, the whole of Jamaica is calling for the sex register to be released because it makes so much sense, because it help protect the citizens of the community. Now, as you can see, even Mr. Vegas running with it and saying that number 28 is going to review. I said he's gonna review. He never said he was going to. He was going to review it. Maybe him can review it and change his mind and say it's not necessary. That's not looking out for the people. That's not putting the people first. You need to give the people them a surety that, yes, I see the reason. You are the Prime Minister. You have to be sure on this one. You can't have no second thought on this one. As this comment underneath the post. No review. Just release it. And tell Delroy Chuck to go one side and stop defending the old rGApIst them. Now, before me close off this section, I just wanna big up this mother, and for many people on the internet who going around and speculate and putting out false information, on if to stop it, because I heard a clip where they were saying that the mom support him in his wrongs and all this kind of madness. And here we hear from the mom herself how she honestly feel. And I respect this mother. And the government should listen to what she's saying. And Delroy Chuck, you say you are whatever minister or security or whatever you want be. Are you me here come out and say that you not releasing the sexual registration? No, somebody should be held accountable for this mess up, because it can't be that it takes so many of our nation vulnerable for the people them that run in the country to see the importance of releasing the sexual registration to the public, where in any sensible nation would a government does that, where this individual, after being a repeated felon, predator, when the judge in the court look at this man criminal record,
find out even today that 1 year-old baby couple years him just get bail the other day for a 1 year-old baby when him that child for money, and the mother must come catch him and him broke the baby hand and bite the baby in her back because him not get for sorry and run off. 1 year-old baby a 3-year-old now. If they get lock up feet, in what they come out on bail must 2 weeks or so.
Oh, so that
get come
so
out on bail.
So the bail that he came out on 10 days ago was for a 1-year-old child.
1-year-old baby, yes. It is.
So you're telling me he spent 3 years in prison for you.
He did so, and he must get 3 years for the girl before me.
And he had 3 years for the girl, the 9-year-old before.
Yeah.
So that's 6 years. And then he go back in a jail now for a 1-year-old and the judge gave him bail?
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there.
When the judge in the court look at this man criminal record and see that this man is a persistent predator, how can he says in his heart bail, knowing that he's going out in the public and the public doesn't know that he is released in the community? It's just pure nonsense. However, my viewers and my subscribers, the people them that are saying that this individual is a mental patient, unof stop it. Nothing mental about this individual. Nothing at all mental about him. The only kind of mental, if any mental, this man have is messing with people picnic. If it was mental enough, they would put him in a mental home, but then put him in a prison. Mama say, ain't tell him come out him big and fat, bleach out from inside prison. That mean he was well looking after. Kinda see the man bleach out. That's why I was confused, and I said cannot be the same person. But look, see him picture there, the boy actually bleach out. That mean him have things are going for him. So, nothing no matter about this person. You understand? The system need revamp. Point blank and period. We need people in government that put people first. Our safety comes first. Should be their priority. When Chung could say that he don't see the importance of police wearing body cam, you have to ask yourself, where is the leadership that actually make sense, that actually gonna bring down all these things what's happening in Jamaica?
Regardless of how you label him, or how you perceive what you perceive God to be, trust me, that, whether you want to call it energy, you want to call it the universe, you know, you Gen Zs, you have your new names, you know what I mean, the big man above, whatever. He is real, man, and trust me, energy is real, and I'm living testimony of that, the living testament. So may I tell you, God is the greatest. Trust me, Papa Keith.
They told you it was just English, but they never told you it was a spell book. Listen carefully. You don't just spell words, you cast them. Every letter, every syllable, its frequency. Every sentence, a binding. Every phrase, a portal. You speak in curses when you're angry. You serve a sentence when judged. You write in cursive but don't see the curve of your reality shifting. It's not grammar. It's grim war. A spell book of the modern world.
They didn't call it television for nothing. It tells your vision. Programming what to see, how to think, who to be. It's right there in the name. Your job. Job comes from the word Yob, the one who suffered. Your mortgage, a death pledge. Your government. Govern means control. Mint means mind, which means they're controlling your mind. Mind control. Yeah, mind control. Even your weekend leaves you weak in the end. Let's talk about it. Clock in, clock out. Time becomes a cage. And your currency, that's current, which means energy in motion. Your money is your life force. This isn't paranoia, this is power. They built a matrix with letters and sounds. But once you see it, you can speak your way out. So speak with intention, write with awareness, and cast spells that free you. I'm Smoke the Creator, and I don't miss. They told you it was just English, but they never told you it was a spell book. Listen carefully. You don't just spell words, you cast them.
Darling, I'm just trying my best. I am trying my best. And I hope my best is good enough, because honestly, it is a hard road to travel and a mighty long way to go. When I sit down and look how Mr. Holness use tax dollars and bring his army go and destroy Bernard Lodge, okay, where poor people living from 1829. And when I see that man go there and destroy the people and get to find out that 3/4 of the land over Bernard Lodge now owned by Mr. Holness' wife and sons, that hurt my heart deeply. And you have these idiots running up and down talking about third term. This hurt me like literally having a headache. I don't think people really understand how deep this is getting to me, because I see the Jamaican people sat there and kept quiet because they're afraid of the leader. How can you be afraid of your leader and then showing him love at the same time? They fear this man. They're afraid of this man. As one of my followers said, Andrew Holness' name is a new name we have for him, Danjo. This man is a Dan. How the hell you go and destroy Bernard Lodge and now is your wife and sons own 3/4 of Bernard Lodge? And you're going to tell me that 2023 cabinet approved that for urban development? For smart houses? What is there for poor people? What is there for poor people? I have to go and read this thing over and over again, because all I'm looking to see where it's gonna say cabinet approve the land, right, to build houses for poor people, affordable houses for poor people. Instead of going to build smart houses. That is where it's gonna be Jamaica first smart city. Never in history we ever have a prime minister and his family that takes so much from Jamaican people. While we are out here suffering and bleeding taxi drivers. What is there for the poor? That is all I'm saying. What is there for the? They have the registrar, the sex registry, and they don't want to release the registry. Why is it so? What is so important? What it is that you guys are hiding? Why they don't want to release the registry so we can see what's going on? They don't want to release registry, right? But they want to put children in prison for life. You understand? They want to put children in prison for life. But I hope Jamaicans are opening up their eyes and ears. They need to start opening up their mouth. Stop being quiet. We have every right to voice our opinion. Stop letting people telling us that Andrew Holness is coming for us. He can't come for us for voice our opinion. It's freedom. I know that. Like I make a video before where I said Jamaican people don't understand that we have, I should have corrected myself, but the video there gone too far. Most of us do understand what is freedom of speech, but they still think that we don't have any freedom of speech because Andrew Holness lack enough people to voice in their opinion. But he have to come for me and lock me up to voice my opinion because it's freedom of speech. And I'm not afraid of him. You understand, Danjo? I'm not afraid of you, Danjo. You understand, this man is running the country under iron fist. And the only people that are targeting with this, I don't want to cuss, with this situation is poor people who don't have no money to foot a liar to fight Andrew, who don't have a voice. And when I out here talking for them, they come nearming up themselves. And you see, this is why I don't disrespect them or answer them in a manner I'm split up on my phone. This is why I'm not quarreling with them, because they don't know better. This is the behavior that Mr. Holness want to see. If you go in my comments, you see hundreds of SYM. This is all these people can send to me. Money. They want to send me money. Huh? Why these people want to send me money? Because that is the only thing. You all know what I'm saying. Because I don't repeat such language. You understand? This is just a crazy world that we're living in. And the people just sitting down. Nobody protesting. Once upon a time, I remember when we're not agreeing with what the governments are doing. We walk out there, we go out there, we go protest. No, nobody protesting. Only people I see protesting is the Jamaica Labour Party, the people them who don't want a councillor, don't want an MP. It's them alone I see protesting. Regular people cannot go protest because we're going to go to jail. What kind of nonsense is this? We need to go there in our hundreds and thousands and let them lock us. They're not going to find enough space in jail to lock us all up. We need to go out there and protest that Mr. Holness leave office and go home to him wife and him kids. These people are a bunch of criminals. They hate Jamaicans. They hate the poor class of Jamaicans. You understand? I need peace of the land over Bernard Lodge. I need peace of the land. My ancestors deep into that. I need peace of the land. Right? And Mr. Holness, wife and children them own 3/4 of Bernard Lodge. We hear nothing again about the person that was charged to selling the land illegally. Tell me now, what kind of Jamaica is this? What kind of, many things happen in Jamaica. The Claw report, we can't hear it go on all now, and it's over $150 million. Is Jamaica taxpayers $150 million do the investigation, but still we can't hear the result all now. This right now, I just pray at night to help keep my head together, because this thing is troubling me and bothering me. Because I don't think that the Jamaicans, most of the Jamaican people who are running behind politics, have the slightest idea what they are doing to poor people. None of these development has anything to do with poor people. So how the hell we're going to run up and down and kick up, say the man doing this and that? We should only be kicking up when we see people getting keys every day. We should be kicking up when we hear that he built the 70,000 houses and surprised us with another 150,000 houses for the poor, and in them a key where they don't have to put out $1. And cabinet approve Bernard Lodge. So remember, no money to pay for that land there, because the cabinet approve it. And who is going to build? What is going to build there? Smart houses. Juliet Holness and his sons. No, man. No. We're a bunch of cowards. We are a bunch of cowards. So when Mrs. Holness come out and say the people who live by the river is something to wash away, and the people who live by the river is garbage, I hope the people in Kintyre know that they are the ones that she's talking, because she lose that part when local government election run and she didn't win it. She lose it, so she vex. And I hope the people in Kintyre know that they are the ones she's speaking of when she say anything live near river for wash away and anything live near river is garbage. Because remember when Vivian won the seat have to count how many times. Remember she run go down at EOJ like she want to count it for thief it for herself. And this is why that woman passed that remark and said anything live near the river, live by the river is garbage, and anything live by the river is something to wash away. Tell me if you all make any sense out of that. Is the Kintyre community this woman is talking because she loses there in the local government election, and the people them still sitting up and hugging and grabbing this woman? But I hear a little birdie whisper and let me know that the other day they see lights flashing and whole load of police vehicle going to Kintyre community, and when they thought it was something happening over there, nothing to find out that is Mrs. Holness over there. So what you know what happened? She's not getting the reception that she normally got when she go there, so she get frightened and call her squad to come protect her, because I'm sure people are calling her out on her evil behavior. This wicked family. And then you know Mr. Holness, Jamaica needs to know who is the invisible ombudsman, invisible political ombudsman, where you're going to push in the EOJ. So don't think you're going to take an invisible ombudsman pushing EOJ to thief the election. That will never happen and cannot happen, because it's the first in Israel ever hear about invisible ombudsman. Who the ombudsman is going to be? Your wife? One of your sons? Who is gonna be? How the hell we can have invisible political ombudsman to put in EOJ? Let me tell you something, Mr. Holness. You need to hurry up and calm the fuck down. This thing is getting out of hand.
Now my viewers, my final topic in this one. Now remember to like, share and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. But especially just like up the video, press up the like on the video so that YouTube can recommend the video to other people. Now in Burkina Faso, here we have Abraham Toro come up with a genius plan where him get all of the residents who want invest in this tomato company factory. It's like a partner, but it's like an industrial partner where all of the people them in the country invest their money and build them own company. And this is how genius this idea is. Now I want you to listen to this. I want the PNP to send this to Mark Golan, because this is a genius plan, because as you know, unity is strength. And we as Jamaican, we are too rich. We have too much for have so little. Listen to this.
So grows everything in abundance, despite the fact that this country is hot and dry. In Burkina Faso, they grow tomatoes in abundance, and the fact that His Excellency Ibrahim Traore decided to build a factory to transform the raw materials into a finished good is something that really excites my soul in this country. I finally made it to Sobeto, the tomato processing factory that is right here in Bobo Dioulasso, Burkina Faso, an initiative by His Excellency Ibrahim Traore. This is more like a revolution that is happening in this beautiful country. A revolution of industrializing Burkina Faso. I mean, most of you were thinking it's a lie. That is why I had to travel all the way from Ghana just to come for the fact. This is the raw materials, and what is happening right now, what do you see? It's more like they are sorting the raw materials, wash it, and the process continue. My goodness. You know what? I feel like it's possible to develop Africa. No one can tell me anything else. All we need is visionary leaders with integrity, but also have the people at heart. You know what's happening in here? All the people that works in here are literally young people from the country.
Yes, youth, young people all around here. Yeah, just us.
You built a manufacturing plant, and you decided to employ the youth.
Exactly.
Is it a youth with qualification that knows how to, operate
Let's say we have like all in here. We have like qualified. We have like a zero experience. We have like people who never even went to normal school. Yeah.
Why is that?
Attitude at work and the engagement in this vision of the president is the key criteria for us to hire people here.
What is the vision of the president?
The vision is to be ourselves, to be free, to be independent on all the way it means. Yeah, it starts with producing what we consume and consume what we produce.
So it means that you don't export the final product.
Yeah, we are on the way to do it, but focus first is inside.
And this factory does not belong to any investor out of this country, but it belongs to the people of this beautiful country.
100% owned, founded by the people of Burkina Faso from inside and from abroad.
What do you mean by that?
100% no loan. It's like putting together 10,000, 10,000, 1 million safer as shareholding.
You mean the people of this country invested in this tomato factory?
Exactly.
Wow!
Yeah, the smallest share is 10,000 safer.
So can I ask a question like how many people own this factory then?
Let's say Burkina Faso children.
A round of applause, man. This is something that I never thought it's possible.
Thank you.
But you guys have done it.
Yeah, we have done it.
No foreign investment.
No foreign investment, no bank loan, nothing.
Who came up with this idea?
The president of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traoré.
So, the country never had a tomato processing?
Back, let's say in 2000, and this factory unfortunately was closed by that time.
Okay.
And until then, this is the first, let's say, project like, processing tomato. Yeah.
How long did it take you guys to build this?
Okay, let's say all the civil constructions and installations, commissioning, training the operators and everything. Let's say the construction took 12 months and the installations and commissionings was like about 3 months. Let's say we also have like a second factory in Yako.
Oh wow, this is not the only one.
Same wise, and the president is telling us maybe this year by December, by grace, we will inaugurate the third one in Tenkodogo.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You have this factory, which is a tomato factory. Yeah. You have another tomato factory.
Exactly.
Which is another.
In Yako.
And you are yet to have a third one.
By grace in December, we will invite you to witness.
Bro. What an incredible initiative, and I hope and believe that we all can learn something from the leader of this beautiful country to replicate in our various countries.